On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being worst, what is the level of pain that you experienced in your last relationship? Could have been a love relationship, could have been a friendship, a relationship with some family member, could have been that toxic work environment that you stayed in too long. What was the level of pain that you experienced? And then what about the relationship before that? And is it possible there's a correlation between the amount of pain that you've experienced in the past and the amount that you create distance between you and people now in the present? And you understand that past pain, you were in these relationships presumably because you wanted to be in those relationships. So you saw a potential benefit from being in relationships, but now you find yourself withdrawing from relationships to some greater or lesser degree. And perhaps you've even gone to such a degree that you've become an extreme isolator. You've created total distance or near total distance from almost everyone, convinced that there are no people of goodness and kindness and so forth and genuineness out there in the world. And so you've isolated yourself. But what's fascinating is at one point you wanted the relationship. So clearly a part of you believes that there's something good to be found in relationships. But now you've isolated so much because you're convinced there's no good, or the good doesn't outweigh the bad. And the truth is, you can choose that. But the bottom line is this, is that isolating or pulling back from people can be an effective short-term strategy. And by short-term, I mean a few months, or it can be a few years, because we need to heal from past stuff. But as a long-term strategy, it's really not an effective mechanism for a happiness-driven life. Why? Because you're fundamentally doing it out of fear of future pain. And fear and happiness are inversely correlated. The more fear you have, the less happiness you're gonna have. So is it possible that you actually want greater happiness? Is it possible that you actually want relationships, but you're terrified of the pain? Now, pain is incumbent in any relationship. It happens in any relationship, but we need to have the tools for releasing that pain, for allowing it up and flushing it out. So tools such as journaling, writing letters we don't send, going to therapy, talking things out with trusted friends, talking out the pain. You have to have means of getting that pain out. But to think that you're ever going to have a relationship where there's no pain is silly. It just doesn't exist. So how much of your life is being governed by the fear of future pain? And are you engaged in this isolation as a temporary tool by which you can heal from past pain and then step back into new relationships with new strength and new tools? Or are you using this as your new life solution? That I'm just going to stay extremely isolated because I'm so afraid of future pain. Which is it? And the truth is, you can choose whatever you want, but staying extremely isolated and living in a state of fear is not an effective strategy for long-term happiness. So what do you choose? Have a kick-ass day.